Welcome to our last edition for now of About Last Night. I know I'm $1 short and a day late. You guys, I've been eating so junky over the holidays. I really didn't have anything to contribute. But here it is. It's January 1. It's 2019, New Year's Day. And I figured the best way to get off on the right foot is to make some waffles. So today's edition of About Last Night is going to be banana protein waffles. We're going to start off with bananas, and the riper the better. Don't be afraid, you guys. I spend my life watching bananas go brown. I used to throw them away, no more. So I'm going to be using 2 bananas. And then what really ups the protein in this recipe is we're going to be using eggs. I'm going to be using 4 eggs. The rule of thumb is double the amount of bananas. So if you have 1 banana, it's 2 eggs. If you have 2 bananas, it's 4 eggs. If you use 3 bananas, it's 6 eggs, and so on, and so on, and so on. We're going to be using a ½ cup of oatmeal to bind everything together. No flour in this recipe. You can either dump it in like this, or I like to throw mine in the NutriBullet and grind it up to a fine powder. And then to punch it up another notch and help balance out the carbs we are having, I'm going to be adding 1 whole scoop of vanilla protein powder and a nice tablespoon of brown sugar, and as you know, I use Truvia, some cinnamon, and a dash of baking soda. And then we're just going to mix everything up in a bowl. I'm going to be using a fork. And we're celebrating today because I'm using my brand new waffle iron that I got for Christmas. It's got removable plates. So just so you know, you guys, this was at Walmart and it's under $20. Did you hear me say it's got removable plates? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to put in my bowl is going to be the eggs. And I'm just going to whisk the eggs up with a fork and get them all combined. I like to add my cinnamon right into the eggs before I add anything else. That way it's fully incorporated. Feel free to use as little or as much as you like. I love cinnamon. And now I'm adding a nice big tablespoon of the Truvia brown sugar right to the eggs and cinnamon. Now that I've got the cinnamon, the Truvia, and the eggs combined, I'm going to add the bananas. Don't be afraid what they look like. The browner, the better, I promise. Okay, so the bananas are in here. Now I'm just going to combine everything together. My bananas were very mushy, so I can get by using just a fork, but if you feel like you need to use a mixer or a blender, feel free to do that to combine everything. Now I'm going to dump in my protein powder. You want to put in 1 serving. So if the serving is 1 scoop, 1. If your serving is 2, then 2. Whatever 1 serving of vanilla is. Okay, now that I've added my protein in, it's starting to resemble more of a batter. Now I'm going to add my oatmeal in. I'm going to grind mine up in the NutriBullet. I'm going to be using a ½ cup, and that's in relation to 2 bananas and 4 eggs and a ½ cup of oatmeal. So you want to just make sure if you decrease your eggs and your bananas, then you're also going to decrease your oatmeal a little bit, and vice versa. If you're using more, you're going to use a little bit more as well. So I just stick my oatmeal in my NutriBullet and get it the consistency of like a flour. Then I'm just going to dump that in and mix it together. I like to add a little bit of baking soda to my batter. It makes nice fluffy waffles. Okay, there you have it. The batter's all ready, and I'm just going to let it rest while I heat up the waffle iron. And then I'm going to go ahead and just spray with coconut oil and then just cook to the directions on the waffle iron. When the light goes off, I'm just going to take them out and I'll show you what they look like. If you don't have a waffle iron, you can still enjoy this. Just make it as pancakes. It tastes the same. The proportions are the same. Just heat up a skillet, spray it with some coconut oil, go ahead and pour in your pancakes and flip them when they bubble, and you can make them exactly the same way. Okay, the light's green, time to pour. First I'll give it a spray. I like to use bowls with pour spouts for this very reason. Okay, first 2 in the new waffle maker. Just waiting for the steam to stop escaping. Look at these waffles, you guys, light and fluffy. I like to stir the batter up in between batches just to help thin it out. Spray it every time. Round 2, still light and fluffy. Oh my God. Okay, so at this point, Hubs and I are gonna have 2 waffles each. So everything I make from this point forward, I'm just gonna store in the fridge for another breakfast. I'm just serving them with a little bit of butter with olive oil and some 100% pure maple syrup. So good. It smells so good in here. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I ended up being able to make 8 waffles. So it's about 100 calories a waffle, and then depending on what you put on top of it. But look at that. For 200 calories,